क्या सभी को 1 करोड़ का पैकेज मिलता है गूगल में? कभी सुंदर पिचाई से मिलने का मौका मिला? हाउ मेनी ईयर्स आई हैव टू वर्क इन गूगल टू बिकम अ मिलियनेयर?
No one has got selected, honestly. Why?
क्या एआई की वजह से जॉब जाने वाले?
Referral is not your golden ticket to get into Google, but any FANG companies or any big tech, right? College doesn't matter at all. We both from tier 2 cities.
What is the notice period in Google?
That is debatable.
Hello Deepansh, thank you for coming and giving us the time today. So let's talk about your journey with Google and how did you get into it. So in today's podcast, we will discuss about overall journey, your ongoing work, what you are doing, and I mean obviously we'll talk about the AI because Google is one of the prominent player in the AI space. So for the audience understanding, I would like to start with that what you do at Google and how long you have been with the Google.
Thank you so much, Rahul, for having me today. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It is really a great opportunity. My name is Deepansh Daga. I have been with Google for almost 3.5 years now, working as a lead architect and GenAI architect, and mostly working in GenAI space, right? So initially I started working for all three pillars, infra, data, app mod. But from last 1 year, it is mostly on GenAI because GenAI is a,
Yeah.
if you call a hype or boom or whatever
Whatever.
it is, but yes, that is the reality and that is going to be future. So yes, I'm working mostly on GenAI and working as a trusted advisor, helping large customer, mid-scale customer to migrate to GCP, not only GCP, but creating production scale infrastructure on GCP and then end-to-end app migrations and whatnot. So this is overall brief, but if you look at larger picture, we are helping customers to build good infrastructure, right? Stable infrastructure, whether it is infra, data, or AI. And if you talk about AI, data is the backbone. And Google understands this much better than anyone else. So that's the advantage.
Yeah, and probably Google may have the largest
Yes.
data set on the planet
Right.
because they are in data-driven business
True.
since 2000, early 2000. So obviously, like Google will have most data rather
Yes.
than any other company. Okay, so both of us came from the same college, right? And our college was like considered tier 2 college, right? So it is like a kind of dream coming from tier 2 college to get into Google, right? So I would like to ask, for the sake of the college students or professional who came out from tier 2 tier 3 colleges, how did you get into the Google actually?
So it's not only about tier 2 college. We both from tier 2 cities.
Yes.
Right? So I would say, first of all, in to get into not into Google, but any FANG companies or any big tech, right? College doesn't matter at all, right? And it's been, I think, more than 18 years now. We passed out from college. So thing is, college doesn't matter any. I mean,
After certain period of
certain,
time.
not certain period of time. Even today, also, if you see internship, also Google is hiring not only interns from tier 2 colleges, but they are hiring engineers from tier 2 colleges also. It depends on what you have created, what impact you have, right? It's not only about your degree or what skills you have, what impact you have created. Because I have seen students in internship, they have created robotics and they have integrated it with large infrastructure, right? Real time traffic monitoring system, they have built it and it is working. They can scan faces, they can determine what kind of face it is, and then accordingly number plate and whatnot. So if you are building real world projects, if you are working on real world problems, then that's not a barrier, right? Anyone can get into Google. So similarly, from my journey, I am more focused on roles, right? Not only Google or any other brand. If I talk about Google journey, previous to Google, my role was very fantastic from role comparison because I was working as an enterprise architect in TIA, and that was bigger role than Google
In the Google.
because I was hired for setting up JCP practice and then technology evaluation. Whatever technology I bring in TIA, that has to be evaluated by me and my team. I'm working with all the product architects, and that is a larger role because you are working on not only on strategy but strategy implementation plan also. Same thing. Now, if you talk about Google, it is altogether different role because I'm here working on two parts, different, right? So Google hired me for my consulting experience, deep dive consulting experience with technical hands-on experience for over 18 years.
Rather than technology, it
Right.
was consulting. Expert.
Right. So that was the whole idea, and it is a long, lengthy interview process. Everyone knows how it works in Google, Amazon, or Microsoft. They have loop interviews. They have different set of skill for different of set of interviews for different skills, right? So it varies, and that's how I get into Google in the similar fashion.
Okay, if you can talk about the journal practice of interview or number of stages of the interview, can you please explain in details?
Yes. So in Google, what happens? It starts with referral, or you directly apply over the
Okay.
opportunity.
So first I would like to ask, I mean, I don't see any opening of Google on Naukri or LinkedIn. I never seen all those things. So referral is one thing. Second is, I if I want to get into Google, I need to go to the Google site and apply over there. So these are the two modes to apply.
So little correction here. Now if you will start seeing, or you would have seen already LinkedIn opportunities because Google has started already post COVID. They have started posting
LinkedIn.
opportunities. So if you have correct filter setting, or if you are just targeting for company based opportunities, then if you go, you will find lot of opportunities over LinkedIn also.
Okay. So LinkedIn and
Direct
the
Google career
Google
site and referrals.
These are the three ways by which you can
Yes,
apply.
yes.
Okay.
But referral is not your golden ticket, right? It is a gateway. So many people, what happens when I get into Google, just after 3 months, what happens? People start reaching out, please refer us, refer us, refer us. I have referred so many people so far, but no one has got selected, honestly. Why? There is a reason. It is just a gateway, right? It is not your golden ticket. If I will refer, you will be selected. Recruiter will see your resume. That is the only advantage you are going to get. That is the only advantage, that recruiter will screen your profile properly and they will reach out to you to see whether you are right fit for the opportunity or not. So that is the only advantage. So referral is only one thing. Next is telephone screening or phone screening, they call. In phone screening or preliminary screening, we try to find out how capable this person for this role, how suitable. We should go forward for further round of interviews or not, right? So this is what we try to analyze from this preliminary screening. A recruiter can also do it, or we sometimes do it. So that is a second stage. Third stage is now you interview rounds will start. So I will focus on technical because I mostly take care of technical round of interviews. There are others also, like CAs also can apply, right? Designers can
functional
also
areas.
apply.
Other
Chip
functional
design,
areas,
yes.
yes.
So their interview process is a little bit different from this one. So here there are some RRK rounds. RRK is role related knowledge. So we set up RRK1, RRK2, and sometimes RRK3 if required. If we are not satisfied with the interview performance, and if we see yes, we need more, then RRK3, otherwise RRK1, RRK2. Once these are passed, so these are mostly based on software engineering, coding, design, architecture, and sometimes not high level design, but low level system design. So if I talk about Facebook, so you should be able to design Facebook deep dive, right? You should understand the low level components which is being used in Facebook design. Once these are passed, then third stage is your GNL. That is we try to understand how you fit into the team, how do you have leadership qualities, can you work with Google culture. There is Googliness interview also. So approximately 4 to 5 rounds of interviews in this stage. Once that stage is crossed, then your packet, we call it. So your packet is created and that is sent to a separate committee, hiring committee. So we don't decide. We don't get to decide. We are just creating your packet, and that is something unique in Google. You will not find in other companies. Normally, in other companies, what happens? Who is taking interview or hiring manager gets to decide. Yes, yes, I like this candidate. We can go ahead. No, here we are creating packet. We have mentioned each and everything, evidence and everything, right? Now it will go to hiring committee. Hiring committee will scan everything, whatever interviewer has done and interviewer has done, whether you have asked right question to this role or not, whether we need more interviews, whether you have done something wrong, each and everything is scanned. Then there is a call they take. Yes, we go ahead or not, hire or no hire. There is a scale also: hire, lean hire, no hire. There is a six scale, I think. So this is how we decide whether is a strong hire. So any how you have to get this guy, that is the case. So this is
So usually, how much time it takes to if I apply today, let's say, and I get a call from Google, okay, your resume is shortlisted, and we are processing your profile to the next level. So from that day until you hear okay, good news that you are hired with Google, right? How much time it takes generally?
It really varies on both sides. Availability of interviewer also, interviewee also, and position. How quickly I would like to fill, right? Sometimes we have a gap of 6 months
Oh,
in a bulk hiring, right?
okay.
Sometimes it is a strategic hiring. I am very focused on particular niche skill. I want this person for applied in AI engineering only, right? Or agentic AI. People are not ready for that. I know experts are not available, so I need someone who has very strong skill in that area. So it varies a lot, but if you talk about on an average, if we you start you if you are applied today, if you have normal availability schedule and interviews are available, it at least take 2 to 3 months to close, because this 5 rounds of interview is very intense. It takes time also. 1 hour each interview, you won't have too much time. Normally, initially what happened, we had to take a call on site interviews. So in on site interviews, continuously you are having 4 rounds of interviews in a day or 2 days of duration. So that was very fast paced, but because of this virtual world, now we have a flexibility. Now I have heard that they are coming back to this program, they will go back to on site interviews. Let's see how feasible it is in today's era, but yes, it takes that much time. So in my scenario, I remember I started my interview journey in November end, and I started my journey. I gave 2 coding round interview, and my recruiter told me that it is on now. This role has been on hold, and we are targeting you to better role. So that is cloud architect. Initially, they were targeting for cloud engineer. So that's why this coding round was happened. I got good rating, and they get into cloud architect. And after that, I had 4 rounds of interviews. So my offer came down in February end. So you can see the span starting November end till Feb end,
Almost like 4 months.
but between two roles also. So I hopped into two roles. But if you talk about only one role, then it would have been started December mid and closed in Feb month. So around 2.5 months.
And what is the notice period in Google?
That is debatable, but yes, on an average it is 30 days, which is best thing in world, because you will not find it. For some strategic roles where they don't want you to lose like this, so they have different notice period. Normally it is 30
Okay.
days.
सो अभी क्या हो रहा है मार्केट में फैंग मैंग के नाम पर जो करोड़ों रुपए के कोर्सेज सेल किए जा रहे हैं ना, लाखों रुपए के कोर्सेज, सॉरी, इसमें फॉर एग्जांपल कि DSA और डेटा स्ट्रक्चर, एल्गोरिदम, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, राइट? and in the FANG Meng, Google is one of the prominent player. Okay. Now what is happening? In the name of FANG Meng, people are selling courses, high value, high paying courses, and then they are claiming that you will get, after doing this course, you will get 80 lakh package, 1 crore package, something like that, right?
Yes, that is happening.
So my question is, क्या सभी को 1 करोड़ का पैकेज मिलता है गूगल में?
So that is on spot, and that is a myth. I'll tell you one thing. When I got into Google, my not my only relatives, but friends also. अब तो तेरी हो गई 1 करोड़ की, अब तो set है. So it is never like that. It varies on lot of things. It varies on your location, role, at what level you have hired, which region you have hired, because same level, if you talk about L4 has a different salary. L4's software engineer has a different salary in Europe region, in US region, and in JPAC region. And if I talk about, sometimes you will find different salary structure for Bangalore, Pune also, right? So it is there. They do this marketing analysis. What is your current salary? Normally, it doesn't matter in Google whether your current salary, what is your current salary, right? But yes, they do market analysis, and accordingly they give whether you are fresher or not. So whenever we hear this great package of 1.8 CR, 1 CR, 1.2 CR, right? This is normally most of the time freshers who are from elite colleges, and they have done something. Yes, they have done something good, really good. And normally this is US package converted into INR salary. So this happens a lot. But on an average, if you see, Google is now in ranking, pay scale ranking. If you go and check in top salaries, Google is 7th or 8th. It is not only in top 5 also. So NVIDIA is top.
Yeah,
Of
it's a
course.
hot cake of the market
Yes.
now.
So if you talk about NVIDIA and Netflix, Meta is hiring left and right, going crazy with the AI. So no, not everyone gets a 1 CR package.
Okay. एंड ऑल्सो अभी क्या हो रहा है कि जैसे हरियाणा के किसी कॉलेज का कोई स्टूडेंट है, उसको 2.4 करोड़ का पैकेज मिला, राइट? एंड देन फिर वंस इन अ वाइल हम सुनते हैं कि बिहार के किसी स्टूडेंट को एक 5 करोड़ का पैकेज मिला. वॉट एवर नंबर कोड बी हियर एंड देयर, बट हाई नंबर्स आर ऑलवेज कमिंग फ्रॉम दोज कॉलेजेस, राइट? तो क्या ये गूगल जो है ना, आर these kind of hiring Google do every year, or is it just a marketing gimmick to maintain the brand value, or there is a something specific thing Google look for a particular student and then only offer that particular high salary package for those students? How does it work at there?
So not marketing gimmick. I have never seen this. I have not seen Google is good in marketing, to be honest. If you talk about products, I can give you the names. It is not good, but yes. So Google is not that good. It's all about strategic hiring. Sometimes all big techs, they need specific skill people, and they really give that package. They are ready to give if you are that skilled. Look at Meta, what Mark is doing right now. Mark is picking the candidates from each and every org for specific skills and ready to give
Anything.
amount of figure.
Anything.
Whatever you want, right? So same thing happens with Google. If they are going to somewhere and they know that this person has done something, or they found some good bug and they have the solution for this, right? In Google, any of the product, if you found a bug and you say this is the solution and this is what you can do in future also, Google wants that, right? If you found a loophole and you can solve it also, you have a plan for that, why won't Google hire? Because he or she can bring that expertise and build a product also. If you can build a product for Google, it's a big thing. Not everyone gets to do that, right? For any of the company. So this is all strategic, and that's how they gets highlighted, because once you get it, media is crazy, media gets the news and they want TRP.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yes.
yeah, that's how it plays.
ओके, लेट्स सपोज कि अब जैसे क्या होता है कि गूगल में किसी का लेट्स सपोज 2.4 करोड़ का पैकेज लगा, राइट? तो घर वालों में, दोस्तों में हवा उड़ जाती है, 20 लाख रुपए महीने का हमारे लड़के का और लड़की का पैकेज हो गया, राइट? बट वेरी फ्यू पीपल मे नो अबाउट कि गूगल का सैलरी स्ट्रक्चर क्या है. Let's forget about for the moment taxation part. Be it like 40 lakh, 50 lakh, be any number, any kind of package, there is always tax liabilities there, right? But when it comes to salary structure, is it like all cash? Is it like performance linked? So because the 2.4 CR is very huge number, not everything can come into cash, right? So what kind of salary structure? I understand that that could vary role to role, right? But usually what pattern Google follows in that particular thing?
In most of the cases, you will see the same salary structure. Structure is almost same as far as I know, right? The only difference is how much you are getting in that particular component. So salary structure is cash, fixed, stocks. We call it GSUs, not RSUs, Google Stock Units. And third is bonus, performance bonus. So most of the cases where you hear lot of salary package, like 1+ CR wherever you see, right? Most of the are stock options. They will give good stock options to them. GSUs are higher percentage in their CTC, total CTC, and then cash and then bonus. So bonus is almost fixed according to their levels. So L2 to L4, there L5, there is a fixed percentage of bonus you will get on your cash component. Then L6, L7 get their fixed, and L8 onwards it is different. Something like that they follow. So, but yes, once you get into Google, there are other perks and incentives which are great, and normally you get more than what you have committed from Google at the time of offer if you perform really well. So from last 3 years, I'm getting good. Sometimes you get only what you have committed, and sometimes lesser than that. But very few people get lower than what is committed. So it is yes. But most of the cases, GSUs is the heavy component, heavy percentage.
So now, since Google is like one of the biggest corporation in the world, right? But still it runs in a startup mode. That's what my reading from outside, right? So how still Google support their workforce as compared to other startup when people are actually getting the from culture, organizational culture wise, or how does they support to give their the workforce growth path? Because recently what happened, like there are like people who were working with Google last 20 years, 25 years, they also get fired in a recent layoff wave, right? So how Google actually keeps their people motivated and help them to grow in their endeavors when anyone come into the Google?
Lot of motivation here. So what I have seen when I joined Google, if you want to work, there are a lot of opportunities. You can't sit idle if you are that kind of person like me. You can't sit idle because there is a concept in Google, I can talk about it openly. 20% projects, right? Which is a good thing to be available for any organization. It should be available. Normally in other organization, you have to strive for other work or extra work, right? Here they have a platform where they publish 20% work projects. So let's say you are working in a X organization in Google. It's small organization where you are focusing on particular task or projects you are working on. But there is another software engineering org. Let's talk about GK, right? So they have a requirement. So what they can do, instead of hiring a full-time developer or any project manager or any other skill set, if there is a requirement for let's say 6 months, what I will do, I can open a 20% work project and get people from some other org who are interested, and later in future they would like to come here in SWE org. So they have an opportunity, a very good opportunity. Work with them for 6 months or a year on this project as a 20% extra. So 20% is 100% you are devoting to
To
your
your
current,
current project.
and 20% here
Okay.
out of your
So,
time, right?
so that means they encourage that you
Yes.
go beyond the milestones,
Correct.
right?
Exactly.
And put extra effort to achieve that extra 20% from your day-to-day work, and that's how people actually excel at Google.
Yes. So that is two ways, right? Organization is going to benefit and you are also going to benefit it, because at the end of the day you will show in your grad cycle or promo cycle, that is what I have done extra, which we talk about. This is your extra, right? So that's how it is done. And everyone has a fair chance. You can apply for 20%. I have done lot of 20% work projects. It is a good thing. One thing is this. Second is motivation is there because competition is really high. You are competing with best in the industry almost, right? So if you are not self motivated, then you will not be able to survive, right? It is just you are living a good life in Google, that's it. So that's what happens with maximum. गूगल में आना ही अचीवमेंट है, अभी मैं और क्या अचीव करूं, राइट? सो दैट्स हाउ पीपल थिंक. अभी दैट वाज द अचीवमेंट व्हेन वी वर थिंकिंग 10 years ago कि यार गूगल में आ गया तो हो गया, अमेजोन में हो गया तो हो गया. अभी आने के बाद यू आर सेइंग कि अभी और करना है. सो ये होता है एंड दैट इज द ह्यूमन नेचर. बट येस, दैट्स हाउ पीपल कैन बी सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड टू रीच बियॉन्ड दैट पार्ट.
सो मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया, सोशल मीडिया में हम सभी लोगों ने गूगल के बहुत शानदार कैंपसेस फ्रॉम इनसाइड टू आउटसाइड देखे हुए हैं, राइट? तो क्या गूगल में अभी भी फ्री चॉकलेट्स मिलते हैं?
Not only free chocolates, free food is famous in Google, right? But I have not seen first time. So I have seen multiple times in MDocs, if you remember, right? So that's not new for me. But yes, people are really crazy, especially college engineers. Whenever we visit in college, they only ask about one thing: how is it free food in Google, right? But it is, whenever you see any new thing, it is kind of, it lasts for few hours or few days. After a month or 2 months you get bored because you are eating same food, right? They have to rotate. It is coming from any hotel, or they have the chefs. But I would say you should visit Google Ananta office, Bangalore. That's marvelous campus in India. Whenever you visit Bangalore, you should try to visit Ananta. Super campus, super. So campus wise, yes, they have best campus in amongst all companies I have seen. That is one thing. Another perks, yes, free food all the time available. They have micro kitchen concept. So in micro kitchen, what happens? You have snacks, different type of snacks, protein bars, juices. All these things are available. Coffee machine is there. You can bring your own coffee also. All sort of things are available. Perks, incentives, comfort wise, Google is best. I have seen Amazon also. I've seen Microsoft campus. I will say Google's campus wise is best and facility wise is best. Work culture, I have seen best. So you can retire from Google. If you have asked one thing, whether Google has a startup culture or not, right? I would not say that they are startup culture. In few orgs they have. If you are working in agent space today or agentic AI, yes, they are working in startup mode, left and right. But if you are working in stable products or you are delivering the projects, so you are not thriving in chaos mode in everywhere in Google. Google has 1,70,000 under Sundar Pichai, right? That is the, not everyone is thriving there. So someone are striving or thriving in chaotic mode, but they are very little space, only that niche area where they would like to capture the market very early. Otherwise, for stable products, stable services, they are well structured, well programmed, and top to down hierarchies being followed. So if you cannot thrive in that model, Google is not for you. Google has best work life balance available. If you don't like that, and if you get bored, I'll give you one incident also. If you get easily bored, Google is not for you. So one person, I'll not take name, came from Amazon. I do G2G coaching also, Googler to Google coach. I'm in Google. I do career coaching and consulting and mentoring also. So being part of that one, and it's 8 years experience guy from Amazon. He joined in Google, Bangalore office. After 3 months, he found me in G2G coach and set up a session with me and asked this single question: I'm not enjoying here. I was like, bro, if you are not enjoying Google, then there is a problem. Right? So, problem is, he asked, I don't have anything to work. What, how? And he was in good product, right? It is a good product. I asked few questions to understand what is there. He came from Amazon background and blah blah blah. So he told me, this is what I've been working on from last 3 months, and this is what the roadmap. So I explained him then. Same thing. If you are looking for work from your manager here, forget about it. You have to thrive for yourself. Look for work. There are opportunities, lot of opportunities. But if you think that product will give you something, no. You have to find something. I have explained him same thing, 20% work projects, and there are other opportunities also which are open and you can find, and you can do PRDs. Lot of PRDs concepts are there. You can write a paper, innovation paper, and it gets published and you get into research team also, right? But people doesn't know. They think I'm into that product and product will give me the work. It is not like that, right? But in Amazon, it's a different culture. They have real startup culture still. You can't sit idle there. Lot of work. Still your work will be left, because many of my friends went into from Google to Amazon in last 8 to 9 months. So I know. I have been speaking to them, and some of them relocated to Bangalore office because of 5 days work office culture in Amazon, and they are telling the same thing, bro. They are working left and right, and Google is just enjoying. So yeah, this is how it is.
ओके, कभी सुंदर पिचाई से मिलने का मौका मिला?
No, not now. But yes, Sanjay Gupta, who is president head of APEC, he has been to Google Pune office twice, and I got this opportunity to meet him, and Devendra Fadnavis sir also, honorable chief minister of Maharashtra. He also visited Pune office, so I got the opportunity to meet them.
So, so you have worked like with very different type of companies, service companies, product companies, and all, right? And you have also interacted leaders from both side of the genre, right? So, I would like to ask one question. जो leadership है, leadership like from Google versus leadership from your previous other past companies, right? What do you see the difference in between those type of leaderships coming from Google versus non-Google leaders, how they are communicating, and what is their like USPs, what are their USPs where they actually create a last uh, long last impact on their employees.
This is my personal opinion, Rahul. Not to offend anyone. I like product-based companies. Whatever I have worked on so far, product-based companies are really good. This is my personal opinion and experience so far. But to answer your question, yes, there are a lot of differences, because in service industry there is a delivery pressure, right? Because they have to deliver, and it's not only about revenue generation, right? Rev gen is one thing, but in service industry, think about this perspective: when you want to deliver services, customer must be satisfied. There is no other option. If customer is not satisfied, right, you can't make excuses. You have to be on toes. So if you are delivering services, your object or your delivery doesn't stop on your deliverable. There is a post deliverable delivery services also, right? So it is a end-to-end delivery of services. So they think from this perspective, right? You have to deliver services and you have to satisfy customers. So whatever customer is saying, you should deliver accordingly, right? So that is the mindset from leadership point of view also. You have 100 projects going on, whether they are going good and they are creating revenue for company or not, and we can bring more customer, more projects to the company. That is one mindset. Now shift the mindset to product. In product, I'm striving for quality. Google is known for best quality, not for best time to market, everyone knows, right? So you can see the difference why they are so focused on quality. And everywhere I have seen in Amdocs, in Avaya, HSBC, and now in Google. If you work in product based companies, they are looking for quality each and everywhere, right? So that is one mindset, that you focus on quality and then you will ultimately customer will be satisfied. That's how the mindset is. Now if you are working on a product, right, you have to work on different dimensions, because now your product should satisfy customer, not only customer needs but future also. They are future driven. In service industry, you are not looking for future, right? My current target is deliver this. Ultimately you will complete this your futures deliveries. They don't care here, they care about future also. What future lies, what is the future roadmap, how, whether we are delivering future ready products or not. So yes, mindset is totally different, and that's how they look for people also, whether he can create something new. Do you have that hunger? If you don't have that hunger, you won't be able to, right? You will just come, write the code, and that's it. You are done for the day.
Tier 1 or premium college student gets easily into the Google easily, or Amazon, or a companies like that, right? What advice would you give to the person who is coming from tier 2, tier 3 colleges, and what one underrated skill which everyone should focus while preparing or aspiring for those companies?
Yeah. So I would say take a different approach here. For tier 2 or tier 3 colleges, you are right about tier 1, no doubt, right? Whenever you are working on a startup also, everyone, all VCs are looking for IIMs, IITs, right? So that is there in India. Unfortunately, that is there. Outside India, it is not like that. We have seen, right? So, but for tier 2, tier 3, they should take a different approach. They should not target any big text directly, right? I am not saying you should not, but that's not the only end game. Lot of good opportunities are available which are doing a better work than this, right? That is one thing. I would look for role and work. That is my prime thing to look for. Every time, whatever I look for is role and work I am getting into this, good role, good work or not, right? They should look for that, because if you are growing for college, it is just a fresh start. You should look for good role, good works where you can learn more. In initial 5 years, you should just learn, right? You shouldn't look for growth, I'm getting good money. It will eventually come. No one is going to stop you, but learning is one thing where it depends on you only. If you get into well structured company at first place, and well structured thing, everything is process bound, you will not learn. That's for sure. I'm telling you, if you directly get into GKE product, you will not be able to learn. How many times you will have to write anything new there? It is very stable product, no one is going to touch. Same thing with other companies, right? So you should look for role and good work. Now how they should change this, you should create a T-shaped skill, right? Expertise in one, and then create multiple skills, because in today's era and future also, you will be known and you will be in your hot list of recruiter when you have multiple skill set. And that's what I do. That's why I have I have so many skills, you know about, right? So if I get into anything, I can work infra, data, app mod, Gen AI, network, whatever. I have seen data center. I have installed switches and routers by my hand, right, in HCL. So if you know that kind of low level detail and high level picture, if you understand end to end, then yes, you are on top recruiting list of any of the recruiter. So if you build that kind of a skill set, multiple skill set, which is available, which market is fetching for, right? Right now they want Gen AI people, they need AI, what for whatever reason, but that is the hype, right? If you have that skill, yes, you will be in their top list.
Okay, perfect. So now let's switch the topic now. Coming from, I mean, we have discussed a lot about the career and Google work culture and so on and so forth. Now let's talk about the business side of the Google, right? So if I talk about from the layman perspective, right? Anyone hear about Google? Uh, it looks like कि Google is a search engine. कोई भी दुकान ढूंढनी है, गूगल कर लो। किसी डॉक्टर का नंबर चाहिए, गूगल कर लो। राइट, कहीं डेस्टिनेशन विजिट करना है, गूगल कर लो। सो गूगल इज अ सर्च इंजन, एवरीबॉडी नोज, राइट? बट people who are basically are not aware about uh, different verticals of the Google, different businesses. So for them, I would like to ask one question: how many businesses Google has for public consumers, for enterprises, and businesses which are not very much well known in journal, even for the tech professional? So if you can explore or talk about in this area, how many businesses Google has?
No, that's really good question actually, because Google equals to Google search. Maximum people thinks that, right? But no, yeah, that is there. What you can say is maximum revenue generation model, right? No doubt in that. So maximum revenue comes from Google Ads, search engine, and that is their best also. There is no second doubt also, right? But that is only one thing. Second is Google Cloud. In Google Cloud, it's their different set of business model altogether, because like you talk about enterprise, mid scale, large scale, everything, they can consume that Google Cloud. They have free trial license also, they have paid also, pay as you go, everything is available. You can buy infra, use infra, and then leave it, right? So Google Cloud is one thing for enterprise, for mid scale, for personal users also. Then you have YouTube. YouTube has a mind blowing scale. It is, I mean, if you talk about numbers, billions of users use YouTube today. And that's where it is a best product in the industry of video streaming, right? YouTube. Uh, so YouTube is their very good business model. Of course, they have started it initially. Now they have another small bets they call. So there is a top layer is alphabet. So Google is part of that, right? Now they have small bets like Waymo, WAYMO. In US they are building self-driving cars. So many of people have got this opportunity who have been to US and tried that, and they have given fantastic reviews. They have call it this axe research scientist fellowship googlers. They are cream of cream. So one thing I'll tell you, who has built the Intel chip, just Google it. Your friend, he is Google fellow, one of, he works in and they are just focused on super research things only. They just create it and that's it, right? Which is very niche thing, and they are doing uniquely and scientifically, right? Another is Android, which maximum people use in India. Of course, Apple craze is separate, but yes, Android users are still there. That is there. Then hardware, Google phones, Pixel phones, and not only Pixel phones, they are into chips also, right? So Google and we have one engineering team which I know sits in Bangalore who work on chips. They design chips and they do the coding also. So yes, Google Pay, it's very famous. I think most of people are using Google Pay, UPI. So yes, I mean, lot of things are there. So they are trying to build an ecosystem which is not only user friendly but business friendly also. They focus both the layers, consumer, which are using Google Maps, right? Not directly coming revenue, but Google Cloud, which is directly revenue generation model. So this is how they play big game, and that's why most profitable company in the world
Okay. Yeah,
today.
that's true.
I posted it there also,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that is a big thing
Big thing.
to achieve for any company.
Obviously, it is a big thing. And doing consistently for so many
Right.
long years, it is a big thing actually. So, since we talk about the YouTube, right? And I believe, I don't know, but I assume that thousands of GB data every day may be uploading to the YouTube,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So how does Google actually managing such large data? Because, for example, I have YouTube channel passed from like 20 years. I have 10,000 videos, and Google cannot delete them. They have to maintain those 20-year history for any user, right? And there are like millions of users of YouTube or creator, and they are creating thousands of videos every month, right? So how does YouTube actually maintain that such a large data? And have you ever, I mean, got a chance to deal with the such large amount of data?
So I will ask you to go back to 2008 if you remember. When we just started, or 2000, initial of 2007, when we just started learning about Google search, how does
Yes, yes.
they do that, right? So do you remember we talk about this, how they are managing this behind the scene,
Behind the scene
how they are displaying the pages,
pages, yes.
what they are doing, because at that time we didn't know about that kind of data search algorithms, DSA, right? Now everyone knows because Google has cracked it. They two genius, they have cracked it, right? But very good point, and people do research about this, and that's how you will get the best out of best, because they have created one file system separate. They call it Google file system, but it behind the scene it is a colossus. So for BigQuery also, they are using behind the scene colossus file system, which manages distributed file system very efficiently. That is one thing. Second is map reduce algorithm. So using these two algorithms, I will say, because everything is algorithm based, right? So they have designed it. uh, They can manage large amount of data in a distributed manner efficiently and effectively. Because whenever you are searching anything in that huge amount of data, you are getting very good response also, very fast response. How you are getting it? Because you can't create so many indexes slows down the database. So how you are efficiently managing it? Because they are creating so many shards, they are keeping the data not into a one pocket, they are keep sharding. So how they are doing it? Because of their good mapping of hash maps, key value pairs, and then distributing across, and so that you want this piece of data, just go grab this pool and fetch the data instead of searching the full pool, right? So these are the two major aspects of it. Other than this, if you say, they have one concept. So in Google, if anyone else, like Netflix is hiring a Google guy, in Google, lot of engineers, I'm talking about engineers, not consultants like me, they have never seen GitHub. And it may surprise you, yes, they have never seen GitHub because they just work on CLs. Sergey, one of the co-founder, he when AI cracked down, it hike came up, he came back and he submitted his CL, not GitHub, right? Because they don't know GitHub, they work on different technology. So Google is an island. If you are working in Google products only, you don't know anything else. Google has its own Java, own C++, own Python. What they do for security vulnerabilities, to whatever outsourced programming language or outsourced SQL or whatever you are using, GSQL, they have their own SQL. So they use that as a backend library, but they build a wrapper on top of it, and then you will be able to use it. So you will not be able to use latest version directly. They do the security vulnerability scan as per there. They make those changes, and sometimes syntax also, like BigQuery syntax is little bit different from SQL syntax. That is the reason behind it, because they have built their own T-SQL, right? Transact SQL, but it is similar to that, little different. That's why it is so secure and you can bring the quality. So bugs, loopholes, DDoS attacks are less. Then Bigtable and Spanner, if you have heard of or used, it is again their so old handling of Bigtable data, right? They have used into the same thing in Bigtable and Spanner, and last they are using this Kubernetes for microservices to orchestration. For all of this orchestration comes from Kubernetes. You know Kubernetes, right? Brought by Google only, but the only marketing thing, they are not good in marketing, right? So open source, just use it. Everyone is using it. After Kubernetes became hit, then they thought, oh no, we should bring it as a product, right? Now GK is very famous because of that, and that's why they are very stable.
So अभी क्या होता है कि when we think about any product, like there are many SaaS companies, there are companies like Microsoft, Adobe, those are like prominent product companies. So as you talk about that, you like working with the product company, right? So for the sake of audience, I would like to ask one question, that which is related to the product. How any new product journey gets started in Google, right? For example, they are thinking about new product. So what is the thought process or the beginning point to initiate a product within the Google, and then how they take that journey, going take it forward to the next level till launch?
Journey is of course very difficult and tiresome, right? But thought process is very good point. uh, if you talk about thought process, anyone can initiate. That's a good part in Google, and that's the best part. If I want, I have an idea, I can submit that idea. I can bring thing which I was talking about, PRD, right? PRD is that only. So if I am thriving something, I am thinking of something, working on one product, and it can solve another problem in some other way, right? So I can bring into a PRD, write a PRD, submit that PRD with some POCs or whatever I can show to leadership, and that's how it is related, and bring something to consumer, right? I can do that. That is open for everyone. No one is stopping. And that's how small ideas are building up and creating a place in Google. But if you look from competition aspect in market right now, most of the products are a rat race. If OpenAI did something, Google has to. Microsoft is doing something, Google will have to. Most of the products are coming in the rat race. Honestly speaking, that is happening right now. So product innovation is taking a back seat, and competition is taking front seat right now. So if X company has done something, I have to capture the market. I will do it because I have best engineers available. If I'll ask someone, do it, they will do it. But are you thriving for innovation? I would not say so. Because if you talk about what is going behind the scene, one example I'll give you. When we started the journey, we used to run the build. You remember, with shell scripts,
Chalice scripts, yes.
or in Windows you write your
Yeah,
PowerShell
PowerShell
scripts,
scripts.
right?
Yeah.
Same thing, but you run the build as a release format in shell script. You rely on shell scripts, and that was also production running fine. It is just you are monitoring, and you have different set of monitoring available, logging and monitoring. Then it becomes DevOps, using Jenkins, Initial Days, and other tools, right? Then uh, Ansible comes, Puppet comes, all these infrastructure orchestration tools come, and it becomes DevOps. Then third is DevSecOps. Now we are in agentic era. What is next? Agent Ops.
तो हम वैसे भी स्क्रिप्ट ही रहे हैं अभी भी.
behind the scene what is going.
Hmm.
It is a framework, but who is writing that framework?
The developers.
Right? Someone has written it. Now you are just consuming it. So if you think from innovation perspective,
Very few
what has
people are
changed?
writing, but most of
Right.
the people are
Using
using.
it, consuming it. So you are now a consumer. Everyone is doing API call, but who is writing that API so that you can have that API call? Correct? So that's was the innovation now, which has taken a backseat, and now you are in consuming stage because competition is so high. You have spent billion of dollars. Microsoft, Google, they want our.
So Google is one of the prominent player in cloud services, right? And it is on the third place. Second is Microsoft. For first choice is still AWS in the market, right? And it's been like for all those, I think AWS been in there more than 2 decades almost, I believe so, or nearby 2 decades. Microsoft is almost like in the same uh, journey time, and Google is little behind them, right? But being a third place is not a good uh, achievement. That's not a good. But having only three prominent player and being there at third place, why Google is GCP is specifically on the third place, despite having the enormous talent, infrastructure, and they understand. Nobody can understand data better than Google, right? So, what is the reason Google is on third place on the cloud computing or cloud related services?
So this is my opinion because see, this is industry leaders we are talking about, right? AWS has an advantage of early time to market, no doubt in that. And Google or GCP, they are 5 to 6 years behind, and that's a long time for enterprise entry, right? Whenever someone enters in this space so late in comparison to a good competitor, right? AWS is really good. To cover them is really difficult because they have a market share for all kind of industries, small scale, large scale, medium scale, everyone, right? They have captured it. Not so look at from different perspective what they have uh, achieved, right? From profit point of view, they are doing good. Google Cloud, right? No doubt in that. But how Azure came into picture and they have become right market leader, second market leader, because they have a good ecosystem every time. They already had this large enterprises who are consuming Microsoft ecosystem earlier. They had this advantage and they used it. They leveraged this 100% and cracked it. And that's why. So they didn't have to ask for, right, back for, go and use my product. No, it is already there. I'm just giving you a different packaging. It is infra. You were already using it, O365. I'm just giving you a different feel and different pay license, right? So that's how they cracked it. Very smart, and yes, that's why. So they didn't have to go into the market and ask for this. AWS, as we know, all know, they are the now Google. What they did because they are best in data, like you said. So if we talk about 2018 early, everyone was talking about BigQuery, data analytics. So they cracked that. And still, I would say I have worked, GK and BigQuery are their best products. And people are, whenever they are coming to GCP, they are using it. GK and BigQuery. Stable, most stable products and best products they have delivered. So yes, they understands data and they are delivering best in this space. So data visualization, if we talk about, Looker is a very good tool they have acquired. If you go and use Looker, it is a very good tool again. So same thing,
One of the
data flow, right?
prominent
Yeah,
analytics tool.
but everything, Airflow became data flow, Hadoop became data proc. So they have cracked that data space, no doubt, and people are coming to GCP prominently
For the
usage for
data engineering
data.
latest tech.
Yes, that's why. So they have cracked this space, but to catch up that, I don't think so, because they are far behind. So because AW has cracked the market, if you have a very smaller space or very, only 10 crores revenue, and I want to go to AWS, use cloud infra, AWS is the first choice. It is like Microsoft for every house. So every AWS for cloud for everyone, cloud for AWS, that is how it is. So this is how they have created. And if I talk about at enterprise scale, I have seen this firsthand. We have pitched with AWS for some of the customers. They are working on a different scale altogether. They go to the customer site for 7 days. They work with them in their offices. They convince them, they show them that this is how it runs, this is how future looks like, and this is what the services looks like, right? If Google will do that, they for sure will capture more customer or will steal customers from them. But Google is not doing at that scale which AWS is doing for each and every customer. I've seen this firsthand.
You have used one term, ecosystem, right? So in my previous podcast, when I was shooting with one of my guests, we are also talk about the ecosystem, right? So ecosystem specifically in tech plays a very huge role. Why I'm talking about this, Google has ecosystem of YouTube search engine, YouTube streaming search engine, right? And the Android. So that is our, and free Gmail. Nobody can beat. Even Microsoft tried to create a public email services, which is not available, and everybody is prefer Gmail, right? Similarly, Microsoft has their own ecosystem of Windows data center, great products like SQL Server, Windows Server, and then Office 365. So they have their own ecosystem, and since Google has like Android, Microsoft doesn't crack their mobile space. Google doesn't crack the Microsoft's the infrastructure or product or services space. Similarly, Amazon and AWS side. So definitely ecosystem plays a big role. If any companies, why I'm talking about this, if in India anybody is aspiring to build a product, a line, think about the ecosystem manner rather than think about silos, a product of silos product. Like I'm talking about, let's say that a tech platform, then restrict to that. I'm building, let's say that job portal, then only stick to the job portal. Create a ecosystem, correlated ecosystem, which is right now what I see happening with Zomato, Swiggy. They are building entire ecosystem like food delivery, like grocery, something like that. So they are creating the ecosystem. And I would suggest for upcoming aspiring entrepreneurs in India that they should think about the ecosystem manner rather than silos product.
And learn from Apple.
Yeah.
Apple is the first example of creating such an ecosystem, which is also expensive,
Hmm.
not
Uh,
pocket friendly,
yes, yes.
but still people are ready to pay for that.
Yeah, yeah,
Why?
obviously, yes. Because
There
they
is a
have
big
the,
why.
yeah, they have the ecosystem. Like they have the MacBook,
Correct.
the desktop, they have mobile, they have
So if you
earphones,
buy an
everything.
iPhone,
Hmm.
you will have to buy AirPod.
Yeah, there's
Why?
no option. Yeah, yeah.
They
So
have created that
the
ecosystem.
premium ecosystem.
If you are buying an MacBook, it goes with iPhone, but
iPhone,
no other phones.
no
They
other
are
phone.
not doing it.
Yes, yes.
Deliberately they are doing it
Yeah. So
intentionally. Their intentions are to use my ecosystem at the end of the day.
yeah. So now it's time for Indian tech founders to think about ecosystem
They are doing it also.
from day one
Yeah,
itself rather than silos product.
right.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. So can you talk about some unknown facts about Google which are not available on internet and very few people know about it? Because I mean, mostly people are interested some gray areas. So what those are things?
One thing came into mind because it happens when you join Google. They talk about fun facts, and they do this all these things, unknown facts of Google, and we were also surprised. One question I have: do you know what was the original name for Google back then?
No, I don't know.
It was Backrub.
Backrub.
Yeah, very. If you are thinking right now, if they would have used back rub, you think it is not a good name, right? Black Rock or something, it would not have worked. But uh, so yes, back rub was original name, and Google was a typing mistake. Because of that typing mistake, they got into this Google name, and that's how it became hit because of so many zeros in the search bar when it opens the pages. If you remember, it opens those many hundred zeros, right? Expendable. And then Google Doodle became hit, very hit. So that's how the journey was of Google name, which less people knows about it, how they cracked it. Because initially they also didn't know that we are going with Google name and we are going to remain it. Because parent company is Alphabet, if you think like that, right? Why Alphabet and Google? It started with Google. Alphabet is later on they created it. So this is how the journey is. Second fact is, which is the fun fact I will tell you about, is an internal fun fact. Whenever any person joins Google, there is a claim that they gain around 15 pounds of weight because of free food. Right? Which is not true in my case, maybe. But yeah, it happens because you are so, get used to it that you keep eating, munching all the time, right? Just go and bring Coke or Diet Coke. It is so handy and readily available, right? So you just go and do it unconsciously. In home or any other place, you don't do that, but it happens. One other unknown fact, which is also less known, is that button, I am feeling lucky. Very less people knows about it, what it does, but because of that, they lost millions at that time when they brought this button. Because of that, they lost some money into ads because of some bug. So that is also interesting part when you bring something and it doesn't work the way intended to, and it impacts your revenue. It is a big loss for any company. So these are some of the facts. Yeah, I
So
think.
can you please explain more about what was that I'm feeling lucky button in Google search page?
I am feeling lucky button is whenever you click that, right, you will see a different search option exclusive to you. So if you go and do that, now no one does that, but because it was a long back hit, they were trying to do something different. So they did it for some of the time, but it didn't click or went with the user mindset. No, I'm good with Google search only. So that was the only thing I am feeling lucky. Otherwise, nothing fancy.
Now we are into the AI race. Meta, Google, Amazon, and Microsoft. These are the four key players around the world, right? How Google is basically keeping that race alive among those players, and what is the Google AI ecosystem right now?
Very good point. So this is actually, if you think about, it's not a rat race right now, but a different race. OpenAI started it, no doubt about it, right? And what OpenAI did, if you think of, they did what Google did initially. Open, open for all. Use it, right? They did the same thing. Chat GPT, go ahead and use it. And now I will see the reactions. And I will play on reactions, consumer reactions. Google, when Google saw that, it's not like Google didn't have that AI ML capabilities or they are not working on LLMs. They are working on LLMs since 2016 or 15. There's a journey now we see, we display for all the customers. This is our journey, right? Google AI space journey. But it is a different journey. They were doing for all the research and analysis purpose. because Google Maps behind the scene, what happens, right? There's a ML algorithm, lot of machine learning happens. All these things were already going on, but it was not for available for consumers. That was the only difference. When they saw, they cracked it, right? They see the opportunity to go into different space very quickly, so that this time they should not be late to the market. So what they did, go into enterprise level. So if you know about transformers uh, is the product given by Google AI/ML team, right? So there is a separate team in Google, DeepMind, who specifically works on AI/ML expertise, research and innovation. So that team brings lot of good products, good technologies related to AI space, which are very niche area, which OpenAI is not doing, because OpenAI is all about consumer space. They have cracked this at enterprise level and consumer both, but they are not in that rat race of consumer. They are in space of or race of enterprise. They are cracking enterprise, and in current ecosystem, if we talk about, they already have LLM model Gemini, they have VO 3, Imagen 3. I have shown you the demo also, wonderful demo. And now they are bringing some more models, different set of models, but everything is available on their Vertex AI platform. So which is available in Vertex AI, a model garden. So in model garden, uh, Google's models are also available, and OpenAI open source models also available, right? That is one thing. Another thing, and then they have this space of creating your own agents. So they have created and deliver it to customer. Now customer can come and create their own agents in Google. So this is the agentic AI future we are talking about. So you can come up with any connector, maybe Slack, SharePoint, and using that connector, or integrate multiple connectors also. Create a custom agent, agentic AI, and then integrate it with multiple databases and deliver your ecosystem using that. So this is how they are going forward and moving forward.
And how Google is upskilling their workforce for the AI.
Yeah, so multiple programs are going on. I'm also part of that. What we are doing, we are creating separate plans for separate employees of a skill set. So we are creating L100, 200, 300, 400 training programs. Under that, L100 is who doesn't know anything about AI/ML as of now, so they can go with L100. Then L200, 300, and 400 is expert, right? So this is one thing. This is a stepwise plan you can go ahead and learn, which will take some time, and it is good for your curated learning. Second is for leaders. So there are certifications. They have come up with certain certification like Gen AI leader certification. Then they have PMLE certification for professional learning engineers. So if you want to go deep dive, you should go ahead with that. Otherwise, if you are leader and just want to understand what is going on with Gen AI, go ahead with Gen AI. Certification is another. Third is they have good set of labs ecosystem. We call it Cloud Skill Boost, which is also available for customers, also partners also. It's not only for Googlers, but come up with certain credits and all. So you can, they have created a 3 months program starting from scratch and building your expertise. So it's a 3 months long program. You should start with one very initial stage. And if you don't have 3 months of time, so they have curated like this, that you can create your plan, finish it in 1 week. So you will be kind of finished with L100 kind of thing, right? So they have labs also. Same thing followed for us as an employee. I have also done the same way and completed all the trainings. And last but not least, we are running cohorts, multiple cohorts within the organization for different skill set, multiple levels. I have also delivered some boot camps and cohorts for our peers. And this is how we are creating an ecosystem of AI learning.
Perfect. One myth about working with Google you would like to bust for the general audience.
They are not so much happiness. Why I'm saying this happiness, because they think when you reach to Google you have achieved something, right? But what you have achieved, normally people say you have become successful and successful equals to happiness. No. So it is like, I'll tell you about, because I have done the same thing. Whenever you are seeing an Audi going, and when you are sitting Swift and seeing Audi goes by, I'll buy the Audi and I'll become happy, right? But when you buy Audi and drive Audi, it is just another car with good safety features, good luxury, that's it. You realize that, and I realized the same thing when I get into Google. It is a just different company, different org with some perks and incentives, but it will not make you happy. What makes you happy is your work. You, what do you want, what you want to do, right? If you are not getting that, you will not be happy, and that's the myth. People thinks that अरे आपका सेट है यार, ये अपनी जनरल वो है, और लोगों को लगता है अभी सब ठीक है इसका, बट इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट.
Okay. One advice you would like to give to Gen Zs who are aspiring for Google or basically paying lakhs of rupees for Fang and Bang.
Not only for Google but any company, good big tech or product based companies, you should thrive or strive for T-shaped skill. I always look for multiple skill set people. Specialized skill you must have, right? There is no doubt. You must be specialized in one skill, because that's how you can understand that particular product or technology stack end to end. What happens, what goes behind the scene, what is happening, how we can crack few things, right? But you should be able to learn about end to end picture, because only from that particular tech stack you can't run the world. You should understand end to end picture. That's how I, so currently I see this a problem. Whenever I am taking an interview or when I am talking to someone who is very junior or Gen Zs, they are very, I would not say focused, but little bit distracted, because they are jumping guns from here to there. It is not working out. I am getting bored. Boss, still people are learning Java. I have started Oracle 8. I have used till Oracle 22, and still I was learning Oracle, right? I couldn't say that I am expert. Still, yes, I can do most of the things. I can go and change the library of Oracle for me and solve the P1 which couldn't be solved by Oracle expert sitting in Oracle, right? Same thing with Java. You can do that, but still people are learning. So specialization is a long game. So choose the path also. If you are choosing that path to become a fellow for that, yes, that's a good path. Do research and do some breakthrough. Otherwise, for most of the people, I would say create a T-shaped skill, be a multi-skill set people, and especially in agentic AI era, where everything is plug and play, and you won't be able to understand with so many abstraction layers what is going behind the scene. Who has written this ADK? Tell me why it is down. You should understand someone has written. There is an infra behind it, there is a logic behind it. Once you understand that, then you will be able to crack this easily. So yeah, that is something.
और क्या एआई की वजह से जॉब जाने वाले हैं?
Job, of course जाएंगे, no doubt. Everyone knows that, right? When cloud started, some people or maximum people were not accepting the fact that you will have to switch to cloud, right? So because of that, yes, we knew what happened, right? Jobs gaye, right? Same thing is happening right now. People are not accepting it. ठीक है, bubble है, hype है. But आप ये देखो ना, क्यों है? एक organization can is has already spent 10 billions of dollars just for hype. Billions of dollars. No, there is something, but it will change the game. it will change the world. Order will change. Now, people who are doing this X will do X plus 1 or X ki power 10. You will do something else, but you have to learn that skill to do that. If you will not learn that, you will not be able to do that, and then you will say, boss mere paas job nahi hai." Because you have not learned. Learn Excel AI, just an example, because everything is integrated now. uh, for Google also, we have integrated AI everywhere, but if you don't know how to use it, you will be out of game. If you are just writing a formula in a older manner, then you are not productive, you are not fast, so people will say no.
So that means AI की वजह से जॉब नहीं आएंगे, एक्चुअली AI ना सीखने की वजह से
You are not upskilling at the right time. Timing is important for each and everything, not for only business and time to market, for you also, people who are doing jobs. Timing is very important. If you are not learning at the right time, if you learn after 10 years, boss मैं आज क्लाउड भाई हो गया, क्लाउड खत्म हो गया, अभी क्लाउड सीखना नहीं है, अभी क्लाउड को चेंज कैसे करना है वो.
Last question for the day. How many years I have to work in Google to become a millionaire?
That depends on your level. If you are Sundar Pichai or me, right? So there is a big gap. So it depends on your level. If you are at a good level, if I'll say director, which is a big thing in Google, L8 above, right? L8 and above are directors and VPs. So yes, I think you can be a millionaire in maybe 3 years of time easily, because they have very good stock options. Or if you are a sales leader, because they have very good bonus options depending on what your target is. But yeah, if you are an average employee like me, yeah, it takes years.
How many years usually?
I don't know.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will do the math.
No, it's not like that. The journal perspective, like if I talk about anyone who is his 8 years or 10 year of experience working, let's say programming on or the technical side of it, and then they start today, how many years they will take to become a millionaire? 10 years, 15 years?
It depends on opportunities. So if you got good opportunity in a startup, I will say you will become millionaire very quickly rather than working in a Google. Because in startups, you thrive in chaos, chaotic, super chaotic. You are doing one thing today, and after 20 days, you may be leading the team, right? Or maybe you are owning the startup. Who knows? This is how they work. And you can, like Zepto, what they were last year. Have you heard of Zepto keyword? Right? Now they are millionaires. They are in millionaire club. They have cracked so much million funds last month only. So this is how startup culture works. So that is the fastest way of becoming a
Millionaire in tech.
To crack something chai wala business or delivery business, not into Google. Right?
Okay. Thank you, Deepansh. Thank you for your time and valuable insights. I hope everyone will actually love this episode.
Yeah, I hope to. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Rahul. Thanks for having
And
me.
we'll see you soon again on our podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.